Hi guys, welcome to episode 7. It's gone so quickly. Um, since the last episode, what I've actually done is I've cooked up all of that wood that our turtle managed to chop for us. So we have a bunch of charcoal. I also put a load of charcoal into this guy as well, so that he has 5,500 fuel at the moment, which means he can move 5,500 blocks before he'll need refueling. So he's taken care of for quite a while. Now, the actual process to cook all of this actually took me quite a while. And what I'd like to do today is I'd like to try and automate that process just a little bit, and we might need to edit the program on the turtle in order to get that to happen. So what I thought I'd do, I'd need to go out and find a little area that I can use, and I think I'm going to use this these redwood trees because they're nice and big and they're straight up and straight down. You don't get any of these this kind of mess that is really difficult for the turtle to deal with. So I thought I'd come back over here, and what I'll probably do is clear out some kind of an. Actually, I could just as well use this area here, couldn't I? So if I just use this area, get rid of these trees here for now. We'll set up a little staging area for our. It's going to be a charcoal farm, pretty much. So we'll automate the process of getting that wood chopped down, replanted and cooked up, and we're going to do that with a turtle. Now, the turtle that I've got at the moment has got a diamond axe. Now I probably wouldn't want to actually use that particular turtle to do this, because I will want that diamond pick in the mine, but I could easily grab another one, which I may well do because turtles are quite cheap. Okay, so it's getting dark. Let's run away before I get blown up by another creeper, because we all know by now, I think, that that's likely to happen. Now, the other thing that I should mention, since the last episode, I've added one mod, I think, which is mouse tweaks, which just adds another couple of shortcuts in the crafting table. Basically, if I hold my right mouse button down and drag over here, it will basically put one item into every slot as I go over it, which is quite handy. So if you wanted to, you can kind of paint shapes a little bit easier into the crafting table and things like that. I think it will work here as well. Yeah, which is really cool. I like it. Okay, let's get back out there. And now, do I have any redwood trees? So it'd be quite nice to. I obviously don't have any redwood saplings. How did I manage that? How did I manage to not get any redwood saplings? Maybe I actually used them to. I used them as fuel. Okay, we can get some redwood saplings in a minute. That's not a problem. In fact, while I'm chopping down the rest of these trees here, I may set my turtle using the chop program that we had last time. Let's grab all of these saplings as well. Now, once we get on to messing around with bees and things, we will need some of these basic vanilla saplings in order to start doing our tree breeding. The gate crasher. Okay, right, let's I think this is as good a tree as any to take down, isn't it? It's kind of perched there. Let's do that. Hit our chop. let him go and do his thing. Remember putting him on the left hand side. Right, that should give us quite a few saplings once that tree's come down. Now what I'm going to need to do, in addition to just making an area for the tree to be grown and chopped down, is I'm going to need to have an area to cook up any of the output, cook up all the wood and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to try and ignore this well for the moment, which is kind of half a well. It's half a well because I blew half of it up, didn't I? Yeah, we'll leave that there for the moment. Maybe I'll move that later on, off camera or something like that. Okay. Right, so I have been mining a little bit, so I do have some cobblestone, but I'm gonna need that in a bit, I think. What we're gonna need here is, I want to make like a bit of a platform, so that eventually what we can do is we can put transposers around to catch any saplings that drop. So I will need to raise this up a little bit. Well, actually, I won't need to. I can always dig down. It would be nice to have some kind of a platform. I'm not a very creative person, so you'll forgive me if I try and it ends up looking a mess. So if we make a bit of an area like this, and I can throw some dirt in the middle, like that. Now eventually what I can do is I can have a collection area around this, to pick up any saplings. And is that in the middle? It's not in the middle, is it? That is so not in the middle. In fact, it's not on the middle this side either. As I said, if I try and be creative and it doesn't work out, just bear with me. I'll get there. Damn dog getting in the way. Right. Okay. That's still wrong, isn't it? God, Q. Sort it out. Okay. I think that block was supposed to be there. Right, let's grab our turtle. He's up here. Now hopefully we should be getting some redwood saplings. There we are. Lots of redwood saplings over quite a big area. Now I don't know how long these things take to grow naturally. So what I'll do is I'll plant one and we'll either see it happen, or I'll decide to go the bone meal route. Okay. Well, we're getting plenty of saplings anyway. I've got 32 already off of that, which is, it's plenty off of one tree. It's not bad, is it? So we plant it in a 2x2 like that, and then what we're gonna have our turtle. Where's our turtle gonna be? Probably here. So we'll leave that like that for a little while. Now, there's plenty of height for it to grow. And now this area here, the plan is, and it might take me a little while to do because of the resources situation, is that this will all be transposers, which might be a bit of an expensive way of doing it, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't all need to be transposers, does it? Now 1, 2, we could have 8. The dog is on my turtle. We can have 8 transposers. I think that should cover it. Yeah. That will more than cover it. Give us a bit of overlap. That's if we use a redstone pulse on the transposers, which might be a good option actually. When you use a redstone pulse on a transposer, what it will do is, instead of picking up just a block above it, it will pick up a 3x3 area. So I'm thinking that might be the best bet. Okay, right, let's actually see if we can get some of those transposers made now, and hopefully we'll have the resources to do that, because I have done a little bit of mining, so with any luck we won't run into too many problems, because the transposers are actually quite easy to make. Right, let's first of all let's dump some of this. Grab a stack of that. We need some redstone. Got some redstone here, and let's take a whole stack and some iron. Now we're going to need to make first of all some pistons, and I think if I press middle click on the crafting table, I thought that would, no, it's not going to happen. I thought that would balance out the recipe. Obviously not, so I lied. There. So we want 8 of these anyway. Let's grab 8 of them. Then we put the pistons in the middle, and we want 8 redstone underneath. Then we want wood on either side, and now I really need a proper crafting table, don't I? There we go. Some more cobble, and we'll get ourselves 8 transposers. Fantastic. Right, now the other thing is I have my alloy furnace here. Now what we're going to need as part of this process is we're going to need to take, we won't take too much as we're still quite resource starved, but we'll make up some brass, and we're going to need brass to actually I probably need the one there. We're going to need some brass to make some pneumatic tubes, and the pneumatic tubes are basically what we're going to use to transport the saplings that we collect in the middle into an inventory, a chest or something like that we're going to set up. And in fact, I think I might try and do something with some of this storage. We're getting a little bit overwhelmed with some basic materials like gravel and cobble. Actually not cobble yet, but we will do. So what I'm going to do while I'm here, and I hope we can use this redwood logs for this, I'm going to make some barrels, and we can use that. And here you see the mouse tweaks is coming into its own. Actually 3 barrels I guess is okay for now. Let's throw that in there. And we'll just use these 3 barrels and we'll put in, well, I really don't have any space, do I? I'm going to need those. We'll put in gravel. Here's one of them. Because gravel we've obviously already got loads of. The other thing we'll want is dirt and cobble, just so that we know what we're dealing with. There we go. So we can put all of that stuff in there straight away. Now if you just right click on these, it's going to take whatever you're holding and put it in there. Just fantastic. Right, now we should have got some brass, a little bit of copper left over. Throw that in there. We'll grab some glass, and we will make up, and I'm probably not going to make all of these, we'll make up like 40, we'll probably do it, pneumatic tubes. And actually I'm thinking I may want to take a barrel with me, because why not? So let's take that brass and put it in the other. In fact, we'll take 2 barrels. 2 barrels seems good to me. So we can have 1 for the wood and 1 for the saplings. How about that? Now the barrels are quite good. Oh, it's night time. Sleep. Barrels are quite good in that they'll hold 64 stacks of 1 item, which, as far as chests go, is kind of it's a decent size, but it's not fantastic. The beauty of them is though that they can be expanded to hold a lot more. And as you can see, we have our tree already, so that didn't actually take that long, I don't think, which is pretty cool. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to lay down some pneumatic tube in here, so that we can now, this needs to be a redstone tube. And it needs to be redstone tube because we're going to pulse the transposers, and the idea behind that is, as I said before, when you pulse them, oh, I've got redstone on me. When you pulse them, they'll pick up on a bigger area, and that's what we're going to need in order to collect all the saplings that fall down. So let's just add in some redstone tubes. We'll make 15. Let's see how we get on with 15. So pop them down there. Ooh. And this is just going to give us, well, the idea for this whole farm is that it's just going to give us some charcoal as some early power. Right, I obviously need a bit more. I don't like overproducing these redstone tubes. Part of the problem at the moment with redstone tubes, if you're having a lot of latency issues, is that they cause lighting updates every time they pulse. So because of that, we're not actually going to be using them to pulse constantly. We're only going to have them pulse in when they need to pulse, essentially. So instead of pulsing every few seconds to pick up whatever's dropping, we'll time it along with our turtle so that we only pulse every 3 minutes or so, just so that we've got, I can hear a zombie, just so that we've got enough time to pick up the saplings before they despawn. Right, and what we're going to do, we'll have 2 2 barrels. We don't necessarily need 2 barrels, but we will have to just in case. We should be able to insert underneath as well. Okay, so our transposers, let's put is it getting dark already? I can't jump there, can I? Right, we want to place it so it faces up like that. And another one here. And we're going to have a bit of an overlap because this is a funny shape. So it's because it's a too wide tree, effectively. So some people are going to be going a little mad at me. Maybe I could make my area bigger. Shut my hold on. Oh, luckily I made another pick. Right, we'll do this a little bit differently because I know people are going to go screaming in the comments if I do this slightly differently. Right, we'll go like that for now. Yeah, if I put this uneven, then hell will break loose. I know it. Okay. And so that's going to cover there. Of course, this isn't going to be right anyway. Going to have to terrible. Okay, I haven't planned this out very well at all, have I? I'll tell you what, we'll go with 4 for now, just to see how well that works out. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll just put them in the corners. We can move them later on. We'll see how big an area this stuff is actually going to fall down in. I'm not entirely sure how wide a catchment area we're going to need, so if we start with 4, that'll get us going. And I could just fill this up. I'm going to leave those pipes uncovered at the moment just so that we can see what's going on. And it looks like I've run out of dirt. So let's grab a little bit more dirt, and what I think I'll do is let's see what we've got in here. See what goodies we have. I can't remember what I've made on. I've got a few different worlds going at the moment, and it's sometimes difficult to keep track of exactly what it is you're doing on each one. Right, so let's put 4 of those in there, and there's 16 of them. Grab a piece of charcoal to go in there. We're going to make some red alloy ingots, and what they're going to do for us is we're going to be able to make some red alloy wire first of all, and then we're going to be able to connect a lever or a button up to those redstone tubes so that we can just pulse it manually for now. So hopefully we can have that set up before we finish today, and then perhaps next time we can carry on with a build and see if we can have that automated and maybe do a little bit more turtle programming in order to get that working for us automatically. Right, let's just take all of that dirt. We have 4 tubes there. I do have a saw. Now what I'm going to do is let's just slice up a plank into covers like so. We'll put one plank cover in the middle, surrounded by one ingot in the middle, surrounded by covers, and we'll get a jacketed wire, 4 jacketed wires in fact, and that with our lever and 3 red alloy ingots in a line like that are going to give us 12 red alloy wire. We can actually use that to hook up to the redstone tubing, which is what we're going to need to do to pulse it. So actually, while we're doing this, we'll set this guy chopping this again. So he's going to go up and do his thing. Meanwhile, over here, how am I best going to do this? Let's go under here. Right, we connect up to this redstone tube with the jacketed cable, the jacketed wire, and then I've got a lever, haven't I? Let's put another one there, and we'll put the red alloy wire on the top, and as you can see, that is then going to connect to that that dirt block there. So if we build our way out of this, it's going to be completely hidden, and if we have a lever on this here, we should be able to turn that on and have these turn on. That you see, so if you watch the transposers in the back there, how can I do it like that? You see, we can control those using this lever, and eventually we'll have that timed out. As you can see though, I need to expand my collection area anyway, so I'll probably need to make a few more transposers, but the way we've got it set out there, we can easily do that. We just need to add some more tubing underneath. So we'll sleep through the night and then go and tidy it off, just to keep it tidy for now. Then next time we'll work on a bit of programming, I think. There you go, our turtle's just finishing, and we do have quite a bit of saplings dropping already, but I have noticed that they're not really going where we want them to. They're a little bit further out than I thought they might go, and we don't want to lose many if we can help it. Oh, the dog's trapped. Really? So we'll cover this up anyway. Oh, look at that, on one shot. And if we pulse, hopefully that tree there is going to... No, it's not. Yeah, we need to make these a little bit wider. We've got quite a bit of area that's uncovered right now. These ideally should be one closer together. So what we'll do is we'll move them in next time and put another transposer here and probably here as well. So we're going to need another 8 transposers. That should do it. And I've got 3, so 5 more. You see there, we pulsing that picked up a load of saplings for us, which have gone into that barrel. Fantastic. So that is the start of our farm. What we'll end up is we'll end up with a turtle that will replant the trees when he's finished. So we're going to need to get this guy to pick up some saplings from here. Hopefully he can work with barrels, and then deposit the wood into the other one, or straight into an area for processing into charcoal. As you can see though, we've got lots and lots of saplings, but they're just outside of our reach as far as the transposers go. So we'll need to rethink our transposer placement and get this set up a little bit better. You see lots of saplings. Now what we'll do is we'll use these saplings for biomass a bit down the line, so we can use that as our buildcraft power, and the coal in the meantime we can use in generators, get some industrial craft power going as well. So this will be a dual function farm, all working off of one tree, which is fantastic. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch up with me next time. I will probably do a little bit more work on this, because this seems like a funky little project that's not going to take too much, but it's going to be quite interesting, I think. A little bit of turtle, a little bit of forestry, a little bit of red power, a little bit of everything. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.